am in fact live. Go me. Okay, finally I'm live because I'm sorry it was like crazy to try and be live this morning. I am in upstate New York, so it's not always the best, although usually I'm pretty good. I think we got a lot of wins, and I know they're working on stuff out on the local streets by me. Anyway, welcome to my channel. Thank you for coming, both live and on the replay. All of my students, anyone else is more than welcome to come. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Stacey Storino. My channel is all for the more mature entrepreneur who does content marketing to drive more traffic to their business so that they can do more business. Hey, Miss Heidi, good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. All right, so we're going to go over a couple of things today. I think I'll start off with Pinterest updates, but oops, I have some notes for Pinterest updates. If you're in my social pin shortcut course, you actually know all this stuff. This isn't necessarily brand spanking new information. But if you don't have the social pin shortcut course, which is a Pinterest deep dive marketing course, I will touch on some more recent updates over the last however many months to a year or so. Some of this stuff is cropping up along the way. And honestly, if you don't know them, or you got the social pin shortcut course and you didn't get all the way through it, things like analytics and SEO and stuff like that are definitely the meat and potatoes of that course. So let me just greet my students. And then if you have any questions about marketing on Pinterest because we'll do Pinterest today, we will also talk about more recent Instagram updates. And I just want to say, and hashtag live, hashtag replay, for those of you who are, whether you're students of mine or not, you're watching this on the replay, put hashtag replay so I can at least like give you a thumbs up, a heart, and acknowledge you for showing up and investing your time in, this live stream / replay. And if you have any questions, please make sure that you put them in the comments section down below. Yes, even on the replay. I have thousands of students across the world. They're in all different time zones. Some of them do love to come to the YouTube lives. They're also firmly ensconced off in their paid one-on group coaching sessions too. But I do a free weekly live give back on my YouTube channel, whether you've ever bought anything from me or not. I am here. This channel is here to help the more mature entrepreneur do content marketing in a way where it doesn't feel like busy work. It's actually worthwhile work because it drives conversions, right? So you guys, Lisa Garrett, hi. Lenore Love, hi. Heather Dupay, live. Heidi Mine is here. Hello. And they've all given me their hashtag live, but yes, on hashtag replay, please make sure that you let me know that you're here. And if you have any questions, again, even though you weren't here for the live, that's okay. I'm here to help you too. All right, so let's talk about, let me get up some goodies over here. In the meantime, really quickly, the March popularity plan marketing assets have dropped. So just in case you're a pre-existing student of mine, a lot of them do love the popularity plan. For $37, you get 15 graphics, 15 corresponding captions that are pre-written for you. Just fill in the blanks, tweak the language if you want to, and go. And also for the same $37, you also get 4 pre-written templated emails, one assigned to each week in the month of March. All of the graphics will have to do with things that are going on in March and spring, all like the tentpole events and stuff like that. So pretty much no matter who your ideal customer is, you will have content marketing that with 15 of them most every month, that's like roughly half your monthly base, right? That's what, that you have to cover for daily to near daily marketing. So that helps a lot of my clients who are solopreneurs or with really small teams that are just like, I understand what you're teaching. I'm not even arguing it. I understand I need to, at least on the top 2 social media platforms that are most important for my particular ideal customer. I know that I have to be present, top of mind, and ranking well algorithmically with them too, just on a daily basis. And it's hard to cover that base. How am I going to do it if I'm a solopreneur or a small business owner? Well, this is how you do it. The popularity plan for March. It doesn't matter what you're selling or who you're selling it to. I pinned it on the live. On the replay, I'm going to put it to the top of the show notes or the description for this video down below for anybody watching on the replay. Let me greet a couple more students also really quickly as I get my notes up and I greet all these people. Hey, CJ, I'm Christine. What's going on? Mike Reinhardt is here. Everybody's favorite blacksmith is in the house. Sandy B. It's been a minute, Miss Sandy B. I hope all is well. Oh, Marcy is here. What's going on, Miss Marcy? Okay, we're going to get into Pinterest updates. Good morning. CJ, Amy Prophet is here. Amy Prophet, what's going on, ma'am? And then we have Michelle McLaughlin's here. Good to see you too. Okay, so I think I've greeted everybody on the live. Heidi says, love the popularity plan. Even if you just use them as your jumping off point for your content marketing, it's a great time saver for email and social media. Thank you. And that's a product that actually my students asked me to create about a year ago. So I know that there will be people both live and on the replay who's like, did it drop yet? And it did. Okay, so we're going to talk about Pinterest updates. And then we are also going to talk about, don't mind me while I bring my notes up, we are going to talk about Instagram marketing updates as well. If you're a student of mine, or even if you're not, you can tell me what you've done in the last week's time leading up to now. What did you do on behalf of your business? Did you work on a website? Did you get out more content marketing? Did you run a sale? Did you do a live stream driving people to a sale, or at least driving them to an email opt-in form? What did you do on behalf of your business this week? I do care, and it's really cool because sometimes when we do these lives, you guys, talk about it back and forth and inspire each other to do more content marketing on behalf of your business, whether it's relationship marketing, sales-based marketing, or a bit of both. Also, as I get up some information about the newer features that are dropping, or depending upon your update and stuff and where you are in the world, they may have already dropped for Instagram. Heather said I got the popularity plan email yesterday and panicked because I realized this month was half over. I love it. Oh my goodness. I know. When I send those out, I'm just like, I can't wait until the last week, ideally, because then a lot of you were like, I don't have enough time. So it's like I try to drop it about half to 3/4 of the way through the month. But then I realize what that means. But it's also a good point to make for anyone watching this live or on the replay who's not a regular student of mine. If you think you're just going to be able to cover your daily marketing on the fly, for every person who can pull that off like all the time, or at least most of the time, there's the rest of us who have busy personal lives. You might have a business going on. You are likely a solopreneur or a small team, and you can't delegate everything or almost everything to what team members you have. And it gets crazy. So, if you don't have something like, say, the popularity plan to at least help you from month to month with your weekly emails out to your email list, because I don't care if you have 12 or 1,200 people or more on your email list, you don't email them every week. After a while, they're just like, who is this? Did I even subscribe for this list? You're not helping yourself when you don't, email your list every single week. And you should be, if you want to be not a hobby, but an actual business, you need to have a promotion going on a minimum of twice a month. I don't care what your business model is. I don't care what you're selling. You have to do it. If you're too scared and you feel like it's too pushy to run even a sale, let alone two at a minimum every month, you're in on the hobbyist mindset. Let me give you permission to go off. You're being assertive on behalf of your business, not aggressive. My 6-figure and above clients, my advanced clients, because I have beginner, intermediate, and advanced, they're 6 figures and above. They sell to their list every single week, some of them daily, some of them at least close to every single week. And they're like, How are you going to make more money? You have to make more offers. You have to stay top of mind. You have to run promotions. So Mary says, learning to make marketing photos increased my email list at a lecture series by 150 folks. You guys cheer Miss Marcy on. Building an email list is almost the most important thing you can do on behalf of your business. Of course, getting sales is the best thing. But, building up your email list is important because statistically speaking, from month to month, about 3/4 of your sales are going to come from your email list. The other quarter of your sales will come from your website, whatever, like blog posts or however you're doing your SEO. And then, of course, your social media marketing. Lenore said, had a sale over the weekend. Let's just say it was a waste of time. No, Miss Lenore, you're usually doing pretty good. What do you think happened, Lenore? Did you warm everybody up to that upcoming sale? Heidi says, Heidi's laughing with Heather because the month's more than half over now. CJam says, sent out emails for our new location and sales, updated my landing page, I guess for your email opt-in, right? And updated my website. So important to do. Heather said, had a Valentine's Day VIP sale, 22% off, no sales. That sucks. Heather, I'm going to tell you, you're in my Funnel Dynasty group. I do want to spotlight you to kind of see, because you have no problem selling in person. You're not a beginner business owner. You're very experienced. The fact that you're not translating online, something's off. So we're going to have to take a look to see in the Funnel Dynasty group on Monday why that is, because that troubles me. I know that you're following through. I don't think it's a lack of frequency. Something's a little off. We're going to find it. We're going to tweak it. That's one of the benefits of being in the Funnel Dynasty student group. Michelle McLaughlin says, I'm getting a little bit better at Instagram Reels. A little bit better. That's cool. Oh, I'm Chicken Swell is here. What's going on? I love that name. You know that I do. Hi, I'm Chicken Swell. Heidi Mind says, Lenore loves sending cyber hugs. It's an experience and learning. It definitely is. Heather says, when we run sales or big holidays, should we just run those for the public as well or just our VIPs? I mean, I would always listen. It's dealer's choice. The way I feel is that if you're going to run like a site-wide sale, then your VIPs need to save an extra percentage off. Okay, these VIPs aren't likely going to stay on your list unless they feel like they're getting like the inside scoop, an early day of shopping, something that makes it, they're VIPs. I mean, you'll call them whatever you call them, but our shorthand is their email VIPs. Why would they want to be on your list? What's the point? Nobody. This is not 1995, y'all. Nobody gives a damn about your weekly business updates. No one wants yet another newsletter unless it's giving them something back in return and not just more info. All right. So you can have site-wide sales that are open to the general public, but your messaging on lives, your messaging via social media is you want to get on our email list because my email VIPs get this in addition, or at least they shop a day early. So for my physical product space people, that's important because, of course, you're going to run out of stock, right? So that's legit scarcity and urgency. My coaches, my course creators, my digital download people, my services-based people. Well, services-based people, you can have time slots and appointments, and once they book up, they book up. So to be fair, you have urgency and scarcity too, and maybe you need to be better about communicating that, right? And same thing goes for coaches that do one-on-one coaching, right? So you're only going to have however many slots, right? One-on-one. But for my digital download people, my coaches, otherwise like with one-on group coaching, courses, we don't really have scarcity that way. So that's why you want like cart open, cart close sequences. You don't want to have public launches of a course, especially if it's a bigger course. You can do private invitations on the side. But for like big launches of things, I think more than once a year is called for. Once a business quarter. I think we discussed this last week, Lenore and I did, if memory serves. Once a business quarter, I think is fine for a $400,000, $500,000 or more coaching like course or like a mastermind or something like that. And you can always do private invitations, like automated emails for people who join your email list too. Let me answer some more questions. We're going to get to the updates. Definitely let me know if you have any content marketing questions, either live or on the replay. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Forget my ego. I could care less. It's just so that the algorithm is more likely to ping people while we are live. And also it's more likely to show my subscribers that the replay is up on the replay. You're not helping me as much as you're helping other people. Marcy says, great job. Nice job, Michelle McLaughlin. I have not made one yet. You guys should be better at Instagram Reels. Instagram is going to grow you like crazy if you use Reels. I'll get to that when I'm talking about Instagram updates. Heidi says, I'm reworking my email opt-in. Well, yeah, she's pivoting her business, so she needs to do that. Doing some Stacey trainings, wink, and posted some Insta stories. Went live yesterday for almost an hour. Look at you, Heidi. Everybody be cheering Heidi on. Going live is hard for people unless you've had a background in that before. I've been doing lives daily to near daily for many, many years, from 2016 on, for my own business and also my family's business, Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill. And that grew us like crazy algorithmically. The algorithms still like you and will push you out further. Humans like it too. You just have to do it weekly or on a regular basis, because if you're irregular or scattershot about it, your people aren't going to like know to show up or even think that they should bother. That's why you email your list about lives. That's why you put out social posts about it. And look at Heidi. Like, most people fear public speaking. It's the top thing that people fear the most. So for Heidi, I know that for a while she had her misgivings about doing it, but she's building a really great brand-based community. It's a great way to get word out about sales and stuff and upcoming products. So that's great. And look at her. She's going live. I always say to go live for at least 15 minutes, even if no one's there. Like, have a good 5 minutes-ish worth of stuff to announce or talk, or if you're doing like a product demonstration, then do the demonstration over again. Repeat the announcements in the beginning where no one or almost no one is showing up. You're going to have to do that because most algorithms need at least 15 minutes to really like warm up and be pinging people. So if you're on for like 5 minutes and you skedaddle off, you're not likely going to have more people be pinged by the algorithms that run any given platform you're live on. So you kind of have to let it warm up. You just wouldn't shove a meal into an ice cold stove, right? You have to let the stove preheat. So a good 15 minutes, approximately, a preheat time is great. As your audience gets more and more trained, that say Monday, I'm making it up. Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you go live on Instagram. More people are going to show up more often, especially if they get value from it. You're going to email your list and give them like a 15-minute warning. You're going to put posts out like in the beginning. That's how you drive traffic to your live. So Heidi's been doing this for a while. Look at her. She went live yesterday for almost an hour. I love that. Amy Prophet said, I had a sale at the beginning of the month. Good girl. Then I donated a purse for a silent auction for a college fundraiser. It raised a very happy amount. That's really great, Heidi. And I would do like some sort of, if you haven't done this already, not Heidi, Amy. That's really great, Amy Prophet. And you may have done this already. You're really decent about implementation, but nevertheless, I would do like maybe a quick blog post, and I would do my own little article about how this particular model purse got donated, what kind of fundraiser, link to the website for that organization. Google SEO for a website loves it when you link out to things that are legitimately connected to, in this case, the blog post that you wrote. There's a causal connection or nexus between that link, the piece of content you created, and the outgoing website. And then I would, say what amount was raised for the fundraiser. Why would I recommend that you do this? We are going to get to the Pinterest and Instagram updates in a minute. Because I think, first of all, it's content for your website. Second of all, it makes your stock go more in blue chip with your email VIPs, because you're going to email them and drive them to that blog post. And they're going to be like, wow, look at this. They'll use different words in their head, but wow, look at this brand leader. I really respect her. And look at that purse. Wow, that's gorgeous. And look, of course, it raised a lot of money. Then they're more likely to either buy that purse, shop from you, or at least you put like a sizable deposit into the bank of KLT. You're kind of like a thought leader within your space, or you're a leader in your community. You do stuff for nonprofits. Of course, you're going to have deposits into the bank of KLT or know, like, and trust. That means they're more likely to stay on your email list. They're more likely to look at you and your brand with respect, and they are more likely to sooner or later shop from you. Lenore says, I'm making more offers. Yes, so it may take some time for my list to adjust to it instead of just my course and free info. Lenore, back when I started to heat things up more, that was something that I noticed. So that is a very normal growing pain. You're kind of retraining your email list of VIPs and your social following that more offers are coming. And sometimes people need to like really kind of, I don't know, like think about it a little bit more. Like for my product space, people who come up with the subscription boxes every, month, you have one of those a month. Almost always you will find the first time you barely sell any, but with every successive time that you do it, then you get to the point where they're selling out. It does take time. And Marcy also said, I also sold out all the books that I brought with me to her public talk. That is stupendous, Marcy. I'm very proud of you. I see CJAM cheering you on, as you deserve. Heather says, it's on my listening list to start Funnel Dynasty today. I finished Red Velvet Frosting today. Yeah, Red Velvet Frosting is all about marketing and selling in the month of February. So that's really cool. Mike Reinhardt says, I've been working to finish up my OWO email setup. OWO is a competitor to MailChimp, if you didn't know, guys. Building the welcome email is driving me crazy. Why, Mike? Can you put that, if you feel comfortable, can you let me know down below why that's driving you nuts? Working on putting a GoPro camera on the horns of our miniature bull. Oh my God, that's so cute. Because Mike Reinhardt isn't just, for those of you who don't know live or on the replay, he is both a farmer and he is also a blacksmith. So I had told him, as I would tell any of you, people love content that's behind the scenes. That can at least be some of your content marketing, everybody. So for Mike, it's like, see the perspective of the bull. People love animals too. I think that's going to be really cool. Like your bull is going to be like a mascot. That's so cool. I love that. Lots of pictures, lots of videos, create Instagram reels, create TikToks from it. You're going to get a lot of people loving you for that. Amy Lindblade is here. What's up, Amy Lindblade? What's up, Susie B from the Speckled Loon by Susie B is here. Everyone's cheering each other on. That's really good. I love it. Heidi's saying to Heather, because they're both in my Funnel Dynasty course, Heather, I just restarted Funnel Dynasty this week. I'm almost done with module 2. Cool. Heidi said, I got lucky and had an IRL or in real life friend chatting in the comments of my live. Oh my gosh, it's been so much going on to try to interact, but I even dropped links and everything. You get better at doing the thing by doing the thing, and that includes live streams, you guys. Yep, it's going to be like second nature to wave to everybody if they're coming on live from Instagram during an Instagram live, or hi and at mention people on a live stream on YouTube and what have you, right? So, and have your links. You probably know this, Heidi, but for anybody else, I would have links saved up on a document or on like I'm in an Apple ecosystem on a text edit document. If you feel like, oh, I'm not going to be able to get it all together to get those links out there, so you can just copy and paste. And it's going to make things so much smoother. Heidi says, thank you, everyone. CJM's cheering. Mike's cheering. I love you guys. My students are so awesome. We don't have bitch boards in our Facebook groups and during our lives. These things are usually really, really productive and supportive. So if you're new to us around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, click the bell notification, and select all. I go live, and I do Q&A sessions, and we can use this as an accountability session too, whether you're a student of mine or not. You are very likely an entrepreneur who's seeing this. You're probably a more mature entrepreneur, meaning you're not just like 21 and under. And you may be a solo practitioner. You may be like a solopreneur. You may have like a very, very small team and go, man, I know I have to do content marketing to get in front of people. And I know that I have to optimize my content so it can be pulled up in search by people who don't know to look for me, don't know to look for my products yet, but they are searching up on content that has to do with their pain point or their passion point that would serve as an intersecting interest, intersecting them through the content that I have to a business like mine with offerings like mine. So it gets to be kind of hard if you don't really understand all the different aspects of content marketing. Make sure you join my free Facebook group. Join free Facebook group, Content Marketing for Conversions, for 2 freebies in the files section. And oops, that's not it. In the file section of the group. Okay. So that's really, really cool. Lenore is cheering on. Amy says, interesting. I never thought about blogging about it. Very good to go. Very good to know. Thanks for the advice. Yeah, it's a good excuse. You should be doing a blog like every single week. Google loves it if you do a website and do great SEO or search engine optimization for every page and post of that site. Oh, guys, give this video a big thumbs up. It'll push it out to more people, both live and on the replay. Please, please, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But Google likes it more that you keep that website fresh. So a blog post a week, you don't always have to write War and Peace on these things, but a blog post a week with decent optimization. I recommend it, even just the free version of Yoast SEO as a plugin for a WordPress backed site. If you do not have a WordPress backed site, please get off Wix, Weebly, and all that stuff. It sucks. Google hates them. They will tuck anybody searching up your business or the website itself. They'll tuck all that under any review or anything else that comes first. You get penalized for using something like Wix or Weebly. I know Shopify put in like a blog section and you can do SEO. It still doesn't rank as well as a WordPress back site. I'm just going to say it. And I know a lot of my students, I'm preaching to the converted, but just in case anyone watches new. Amy says, I completed lap 1 on Funnel Dynasty. I'm now returning for lap 2 in implementation. Oh, that's cool, Amy. You know what? I have a couple more documents to put in the toolbox bonus. What is that? Bonus number 3 out of the 12 bonuses we have in Funnel Dynasty. Holy moly. And then what I'm going to do is a lot of those documents, a lot of those PDFs, I can sprinkle throughout the course in and around the lessons that they do well with. So get ready, Amy, as you're going around for your second lap. Let me show this. As you go around for your second lap, you're going to notice the PDF start popping up under stuff. I also have 2 more videos to put into bonus number 11, where we go through that dummy business that I'm setting up. So you guys can see like what implementation should look like when you go from concept and blank screen all the way out. Okay. It's a dummy business, but still you'll understand. Lenora says, I'm starting the YouTube Orbit 365 days Friday. Great. Excuse my mouth, but it'll be a real show for a while. Yeah, well, Lenora, but you know what? You get better at doing the thing by doing the thing. So for those that don't know what a YouTube Orbit is, Renee Christine taught me about that and lots of other people about it. It's really good advice. You want to grow your YouTube channel. Ideally, you're putting up a video a day. I would even count a live stream and a replay that you post after your live is done. You want to cover your base with a video a day, every single day for 365 days. Of course, you need to optimize things properly. Well-optimized SEO keywords, long tail keywords in your title, in your thumbnail has to be very eye-catching. Don't have the thumbnail repeat what the title is. That doesn't test well on YouTube anymore. The humans don't like it. It's repetitive. The algorithm isn't going to reward you for it. And then tags. They haven't taken away tags. They say tags can really help, especially if your channel is new or you're reinvigorating it. There comes a point in time where tags aren't weighted so heavily, but YouTube's made it clear that they would take tags away if they didn't count at all. So title, thumbnails, tags, so that if you're going to put in that work every single day, Lenore, it'll be worthwhile work. I do love the idea of the GoPro on the bull. Oh my God, Mike. I think you're in my content marketing for conversions Facebook group. When you have that GoPro on the bull and you get some footage, you have my permission to post that in the group. I want to see that. Bridget's here. Hey, Bridget, what's going on? All right, we're going to get to the Pinterest and the Instagram updates. Although, spoiler alert, if you have access to Social Pin Shortcut, and a lot of my students do, that's my Pinterest marketing deep dive course. Guess what? There were some people that got real mad when I told you that they were redoing all the SEO. And really, what people are talking about is updates now. I was talking about a year ago, St. Patrick's Day. So Mike says, I don't like how it looks in terms of your email welcome series. I'm still struggling to understand, is the focus to metalwork and still keep a farm focus? And I can't seem to make it push out automatically. When it comes to OO, I can't help you there. You have to ask tech support about that. And Mike, don't go crazy on me, but I think you need to have one list for those people who like your metalwork and another list for the people who want stuff from your farm/farm stand. They can sometimes have cross-pollinated audiences, but I am not a huge fan of trying to do two businesses or two business models out of one brand. It becomes very, very hard. Your confusion is exactly the reason why. So make it a lot easier on yourself. I know it seems like double the work, so you're like easier on myself, Stacey, but seriously, it'll be much easier in the long run. Even if you have two separate email opt-ins and your website is for your farm and your blacksmithy too, that would even work better, because some people will get on and only want to hear about the metalwork and the blacksmith stuff. And some people are going to get on but they don't want to hear about the farm stand, and then vice versa. I think with all the green, clean living and the zero waste that is so supernova hot right now, Mike, you're going to have some people that don't want to hear about metal or anything like that. They really want like the fresh food and the organic, beautiful organic stuff. They're going to want that. You won't always find cross-pollination between the two, I don't think. You can have it sometimes. GoPro on the bull. I want everyone to vote. Do you want the GoPro on the bull? I want to see the GoPro on the bull. I do. Heidi says, make sure you're in the content marketing for conversions group, because I just gave him permission to post in there as soon as he gets it. Heidi says, did the binge and the rewatch. I did that with module 1. I swear it takes 2 times, sometimes 3 for things to stick in my brain. That's okay. I'm Chicken Swell says, me too, Mike. I love the idea of a GoPro on the bowl. Mike says, okay, I went to Mike. Somehow I'd skipped on Chicken Swell. Didn't mean to do that. CJam says, I love our WordPress site. It's the only way to go, CJam. And Yoast is amazing. It really is. Even the free version is super robust. Do I think that down the line it's worth it for like intermediates who are at 5 figures, multiple 5 figures in income to invest in the Yoast SEO plugin? I'm not dropping any affiliate links or nothing, but yeah, I do. Excuse me. Amy says, I haven't started a blog on my website. Is there a separate chapter on blogging in UA, which is Ultimate Architect? I haven't looked at Ultimate Architect in a year, but the last time I did, there was a bonus. I believe it's SEO bobsled. Now, Renee Christine did at one point make a big deal that your blog post should be on pages and not posts. And I know that she and I have discussed this before. When she recorded that bonus, there was a school of thought that that was a good tip. Just leave it on blog posts. It doesn't matter anymore. My advice would be that when your blog post is posted, make sure that you have the option toggled off for a date to be on the blog post, because Google's spiders will like crawl. And the older something is, unless it supernova performed on SERPs or search engine results page, your stuff will be pushed down, down, down. And And or if somebody's reading through your blog and they see like something's like old, they may not even consume the content when they should. It might otherwise be evergreen, like advice, or it, for my product space people, it's a signature or evergreen product on your product line collection or whatever. When you have a dated blog post, people go, oh, it's stale. And again, Google won't reward you once something gets stale, unless that post, again, super, super, super got a lot of traffic, a lot of hang time. The bounce rate wasn't very quick on that page, meaning people got to that page and exited not just a page, but your whole darn site. So sometimes you will do a Google search, therefore, and you will see something that is god old to the top of the search results. And you have to tap on like tools if you're using Google as your search engine, which most people do. And then you go like all the way over to the left and you select where it'll say all. You can select a filter to say, I really don't want to see any articles that aren't anything more than a year old. Especially when you're dealing with tech or SEO based advice, you should always do that. In fact, you can play and pick with a filter to not see anything older than a month, and you're going to get really updated advice. So there should be a bonus. I think it's SEO bobsled in UA. Amy Lindblade said, way to go, Lenore. That's also on my list. I know how much work it is. It is, but it is worthwhile work. Dang, I know. For those of us who have families, or even if you don't, you have busy personal lives and you have a business, especially if that business is selling it all and you're trying to wear all the hats, the last thing I want to do is throw something else on your plate. I wouldn't bother unless I felt like it would really make the difference for you once you were on the other side of the equation. I've been coaching for over 8 years, and I have been an entrepreneur for 20, and I was a W-2 attorney for 17 and a half years of that 20-year time. I understand juggling. I understand your hair on fire, but some things is really like worthwhile work. You will see the difference either immediately or with Google SEO when you're doing it right and you're updating your website about once a week on the regular. Within 6 months, if you've got a really good optimization plan, your site can rank, your posts will rank better. It's worth it. Bridget says the weekly mini collection launch is getting a little easier. Good, but it's still at the growing pain stage. I know, girl. I know. I am not making light of this. It will get better as you continue to do it more. Do I count it as 2 different sales a week or just one? It really is the same sale twice. I don't care. It counts. It counts, Bridget. It really does. Heidi says, at Lenore, go big or go home. You've got this. Absolutely. CJM says in Ultimate Architect, she talks about how to blog. Yeah, she definitely does. I want to say it's in the SEO bobsled bonus. Love that course. That's how I met Renee in the first place. Lenora says, at Amy Lindblade, if I can do it, it will be proof that anyone can do it. This stuff is a lot easier than you think it is, guys. Oh, Bridget said, Renee just did a video recently on Orbits yesterday, I think. Oh, I'm due to watch that. Sorry, I hadn't seen it yet. Lenora says, that's what convinced me to jumpstart it and quit procrastinating. Absolutely. I want the GoPro. Now Mike's got everybody talking about the GoPro. Yes, GoPro on the bull, says Bridget. Mike says, will do. Mike says, I agree. That's my struggle. Yep. Yes, that's 100% it. Yay. Heather says, so if we have our blog set up as pages, should we change it? I don't think it really matters, Heather. I don't think it really matters. I don't think it matters. The only time it will matter to you is if for some reason you get off the Handmade Titan theme that Renee has with Ultimate Architect. Because there's great new stuff with Elementor. I know I keep talking about the Pinterest and the Instagram updates, and then I don't get there, right? So we're going to get there. But this has been a lot of good stuff going on the lives. It's one of the beautiful things about the lives, right? You want free coaching, here it is, okay? So, and by the way, don't forget, give this video a big thumbs up. It pushes out this video while it's live more. It will ping more of my subscribers. I'm almost at 1,600. I love it. And also on the replay, it's more likely to do matchmaking on the replay. So I know I'm asking you guys to do something and you might be busy and your hands are busy, but a thumbs up really helps me out. Consider it a tip that you put in my tip jar. Forget what I think about it. I could care less. I'm a native New Yorker. I just want to help my students. So everybody's like, GoPro, yes, pages. So for Elementor, whether you have Pro or not. If you're in the Ultimate Architect course, you do have the Pro version because that's one of the paid plugins that comes built into the price of the course. There's a free version of Elementor, which is very robust when you're building a WordPress-based site on your own. I do recommend Pro when you can invest in it. If you're not an Ultimate Architect, if you are an Ultimate Architect, Renee already has that covered. Don't worry about it. But there's, and if I can find it, I will post in the groups. There's a free plugin that you can get that also dovetails in well with Elementor. I believe both free and paid. And that will help you to structure your blog section. It'll save you like a whole bunch of time. So I have to find it and then post it. And it's free. And it's not like janky or anything. So don't worry about it. So that's a really good question, Heather, and I'm glad you asked it. Mike said, I posted a TikTok of the idea of cash cam this morning. Marissa Parsons. All right. So let me go through. Hi, Erin Lou. What's going on? Thanks for joining us. Okay, so let me talk to you guys a little bit. Again, students, if you have questions or you want to share wins or anything, please go down there and in the comments and do it. So the first thing I'm going to say when I talk about Instagram updates, and then I'll get to Pinterest next, because any of my students, no matter what your business model, what you're selling, and who you're selling it to, excuse me, Instagram makes sense for you to be on. Even if you can only pick 2 social media platforms to post to daily, Instagram really should be one of them. And I know I've said this before, but I would be remiss if I didn't say that, and then we'll go right into more recent updates on Instagram. But you really need to do Reels. You do. Instagram, months and months ago, CEO Adam Mosseri said, Instagram is no longer a photo-first app. It is a video-first app. What does that mean? If you post photos or graphics or GIFs or Jiffies, you create a carousel or you don't create a carousel. When you're doing feed post only stuff or you might put up 1 or more pieces of Instagram story content a day, will it do badly? No. If you optimize this stuff well, it'll still do decent. Of course, if you don't optimize it, it'll probably suck. But where you're going to miss out is on any sort of growth, any sort of wild, wild west type growth. Because Instagram is desperate to remain competitive on top of TikTok. It doesn't want to suffer MySpace disease and disappear. Make sense? So they are giving you unusually great extra algorithmic boost. My students understand this term as algorithmic compulsion. There's additional algorithmic like compulsion when you create an Instagram reel. These things go up to 60 seconds. This isn't War and Peace, everybody. When you post an Instagram reel, even if you're kind of meh about how you optimize it, Instagram's algorithms will be pushing out the reel all the harder. Erin Lou says, how do I optimize my videos? That's a really good question. On Instagram, it's not just with the hashtags. Hashtags have always been important on Instagram. They remain important. Okay, unless it comes from Adam Mosseri himself, the CEO, I don't care who says that they're no longer as important or don't post as many hashtags as you can legit do. I think that's all bunk and it's a rumor. They don't work. They're not W-2 employees of Instagram. Then it's just a rumor. Okay. Optimizing your videos, like say Reels on Instagram, includes not just the hashtags that you use, and you get up to 30 hashtags to optimize every single reel post with, just like a regular feed post. Just like if you were doing it IGTV, now Instagram TV. That's one way to optimize it. But as of several months ago, Instagram SEO has increasingly become a thing. If you're in my social gram shortcut course, that's my Instagram deep dive course. You guys know I've been talking about this for a year plus, that the keywords that are in the captions of your posts, be they IGTV, be they a regular feed post, carousel or not, be it an Instagram reel, the keywords are key clutch critical to use as well. Okay, so hold on. Tabaga's here. What's up? I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing really well, Tobogo Crafter. The Wicked Griffin is in the house. I'll pay homage to the Wicked Griffin. Jacqueline, what's going on? Good morning, Stacey. I have to learn how to do reels. You do, because then you will rule the earth. You will. I know it. You're already doing damn good, girl. Keep up the great work. I love it. Aaron Lou, I see your other question. I'm going to get to Pinterest in a minute and I will answer it. So if you don't understand the concept of Instagram SEO, number one, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Number two, click the bell notification and select all. We have content going up pretty much every weekday on this channel. Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we do our weekly lives, right? And the replays will be posted after that. Number three, there's a playlist on my channel called Instagram SEO. It's got 3 videos in there. It's not the longest, but it is relatively fresh data. So optimizing your content, whether it's reels or not on Instagram, does mean that you have to pay very close attention to your keywords in the caption and the hashtags that you use. And by the way, for reels, just so there's no mistake, you put the hashtags in the caption. Adam Mosseri actually came out and said that after reels was around for a couple of weeks at least. It's not like a feed post where it's dealer's choice. You could have some of your 30 hashtags in the body or the caption, some in the first comment down below. You can put them all in the first comment. You can spread between the two as long as it's not more than 30. If you're going to put hashtags in the first comment, lots of folks still do that. Just make sure you do it within seconds of the post. I wouldn't go more than 60 seconds. The algorithm will no longer associate everything as one cohesive piece of content. Oh, there's so much to do. So I'm going to get to the Pinterest question in a minute. Private story likes are starting to roll out today. Make sure that your app is updated. And depending upon where you are in the world, even with an updated app, it might be a little bit of a wait, but starting to roll out this past week, according to Adam Mosseri himself. I don't like to spread rumors. I really don't. So if I hear it from Adam Mosseri, not me personally, it's not like I'm related to him or some crap like that. But if I get it from like a source that's his, then I'll tell you. So starting to roll out around now, you can send more love by liking people's stories without sending a DM or a direct message on Instagram. Likes on stories are private. They don't have counts. Rather, they appear as hearts next to people's handles in your stories view sheet. And so that's for my students who understand analytics when it comes to various pieces of Instagram story content, right? So the chronological field, the chronological feed we have discussed previously. Okay. But I will say it here again, just for the benefit of anyone who's new. The default will still be what the feed currently is on Instagram, which is not chronological order. When the app originally came out, and for years after that, it was chronological order. So if you posted daily, especially whether your followers on Instagram engaged with your stuff a lot, a little, or not at all, they would still see everything that got posted from you and everyone else in their feed, no matter what. That's kind of really what a chronological order feed is. And as new posts come on from you and everybody else, those go to the top and everything pre-existing go to the bottom, right? So a lot of people have complained, not just creators, but content consumers on Instagram. So they have said, hey, we've heard it for years. We're desperate to keep you happy on Instagram so you don't stay over on TikTok longer. So chronological feeds are going to start coming back more towards the spring, going into the summer. It will roll out. But it is a feed that they have to select. If you are used to TikTok, not TikTok, if you're used to so many platforms, if you're used to Twitter, you can change your feed to be chronological or not, okay? So that's going to be kind of the same thing on Instagram. But don't get it twisted. It doesn't automatically default to chronological order. Once you see that you have the ability to toggle that switch on, or toggle that particular feed on, you can tell people on social, you can tell people on your email list, and you can certainly mention in the first several lives you do, not just the first one, but several, because not everyone's going to consume all your content. Let people know that they can and should choose the chronological feed filter. Why? Because then, number one, most Instagram users really liked it. So they'll be happy to hear it from you if they haven't heard it yet, that they can. The second thing is they will tell them, if you've not been seeing very many of my posts, this will help you to see my posts because I'm announcing site-wide sales, cart open, cart closed on a course, or I'm a products-based business. I, launched a new collection and these things sell out, right? So give them a reason to care besides, I would just like you to do it, right? Because for Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, you know that we're going to do that, right? We make about $1,000 plus or minus every single week from the DMs alone or the direct messages on Instagram for that account. So the chronological feed is coming out. Bulk delete, and you can bulk manage displayed content on your feed. A lot of people asked for that. I don't know if you like that or you've been wanting for them to have that feature. That will be rolling out. You get a full overview as this rolls out too, as an update of your entire Instagram activity, like your time spent on the app, interactions with others, searches that you've done, and content that you've uploaded apparently over the years, even things that have hung out and you never actually posted it. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Instagram has already released, and so if your app is updated, likely you have this already, security checkup. It will help you secure your account so that they used to do this just for people who have been hacked. But now everyone's going to have it because, Instagram gets hacked a ton. I love all the people who are like, I'm scared to be on TikTok because TikTok can get hacked. Dude, so can YouTube. So can Facebook. I forget. What's the statistic? Facebook gets hacked every 12 minutes? I mean, come on. No platform is hack free. Okay. So if you've been trying to stay off TikTok because of that, no way. My son, and I'm going to get into the Pinterest updates next. I have my notes for that up. But again, if you're in social, pin shortcut my Pinterest deep dive marketing course. You already know this. But really quickly, no. Hold on. Let me go here. I want to tell you some of my students. Okay. Some of my students know my son launched his own TikTok account a little over a week ago. He's following some of what I teach. I'm his mother, so I'm stupid. He doesn't listen to me for everything, of course, because he's 13. But whoa, he was so excited when he went up to 987 followers. It's really hard to see on this. He's 13. Okay? He's growing. Anybody and anything can grow. If you think your people aren't on TikTok, download the app or borrow a kid or grandkids, app. Search on the type of keywords and or hashtags that your ideal customer would search on to come to content that has to deal with their main pain point or their main passion point or about products and services like the ones you have. Surprise, you'll be surprised. It's on there. As of last August, there were more adults on that app than there were kids. So, don't be so like a year and a half ago or longer. Can you do the Reels app on your phone? Yes. Love the advice about the hashtags. You're welcome, CJam. Aaron Lou says, can I make the Reels on my cell phone or do I need a good camera? That's a really good one. I will go back to your Pinterest question in a minute, Aaron Lou. Heidi says, I got a story like yesterday. I mean, it was my mom, but I'll take it. There you go. Oh, Donna's here. Sorry. Transformational Healing by Donna's in the house. Miss Donna. I'm Chicken Swell. Also, I want to acknowledge you. I need to learn Reels and not be afraid of it. Okay, before I get into the Pinterest update, let me just say this. Yes, you can do the Reel app. You can do Reels with your phone. Let me just say this now. Even if your phone is 5-6 years old and you're like, oh, Stacey, I can't get an updated phone right now, or I don't want to learn a new phone. You don't have to. Your phone, even from 5-6 years ago, is sufficient quality to take video up to 60 seconds. Most videos that perform well on both Instagram and TikTok are about 30 seconds to 45 seconds long. That's what tends to test and perform better. So even going up to a minute, if you're like, I can't even think of what I would do for 60 seconds, don't bother. Try to stick to more 30 to 45 seconds ish, and your stuff will likely perform better for you doing it. Yeah, your phone's fine. It doesn't matter if it's an Apple or an Android or whatever. Amy Prophet says hi to Donna. They know each other in other groups. And she says, I have great recipes on TikTok. Okay, so quick aside, and then I'm going to jump into the Pinterest updates. And again, if you have access to Social Pin Shortcut and you've not gone all the way through the course, I have really covered a lot of this stuff. If you're not one of my students, you'll be like, okay, cool. It's good to know these things. Hold on. But really quickly, I did do a poll on my YouTube channel, and I gave you guys 4 options. I'm finishing up a series now that I'm doing, so I'm committed to it. I want to finish it. That's for my coaches and course creators. But no matter what business model you have, if you watched the coach and course creator playlists, and so far I have like 2, I'm going to be going into a 3rd playlist. You don't have to be that business model to still take away the golden nuggets and apply it to your business. Okay, because we talk about branding and then we talk about marketing basics. So if branding and or marketing is about the stage that you're stuck in, or you want to make tweaks, even if you're not a coach or a course creator, believe me, those videos and those playlists will still be valuable to you. In one of them alone, I talk about the 5 levels or rings, depending upon who I'm talking to. I'll use a different way of putting it, but it's still the idea, the 5 different rings of content marketing: proper content planning, creation, optimization, publication, and that includes proper frequency and best practices for each platform, and then proper content multiplication. I'm not going to get into that here. I can get into that next week for any of my many students, and I've got thousands of them that understand the 5 rings of content marketing. If you have any nuanced questions about that, we can go into that on my YouTube channel next week. But I put up a poll and I gave you guys 4 options. Do you want the next playlist's worth of videos to cover TikTok, Instagram Reels, Instagram but not Reels, and Facebook marketing? You guys, you need to stop being so chicken. I'm going to call y'all out and say, of those that participated in the poll, last I looked, y'all want me to talk about Facebook and non-Reels marketing on Instagram. And the thing is, I can talk about those things. And if you optimize your content, it'll perform a hell of a lot better than if you didn't. However, you will never, ever, ever, ever get the growth that you deserve with that extra algorithmic push if you shy away from TikTok, where since last summer, it's been more adults on that platform than kids, and the number of the adults are climbing. And you totally ignore Instagram Reels, which is basically a ripoff of TikTok because Instagram got desperate. The 2 of those creator studios, if you will, when you pull up your raw footage from your camera roll into each for Instagram Reels and TikTok, they both work very similar too. So once you learn one, the other one is like, oh, okay, or maybe a nuance, and it's otherwise the same thing. Stop being chicken. If your phone is 5, 6 years old or newer, you can use your phone, even if it's not an Apple phone, okay? You really are like, I wish that I was on Facebook back when it was new. I wish I were on Instagram back when it was new. All those people had it so easy. Their content got pushed and they didn't even deserve it. That's still the case on TikTok. And it's still the case if you use Instagram Reels. There's still technically way more content consumers than creators with respect to either. Seriously, you guys, I feel like you're little birdies and little chicks that I got to push out the nest to do this. You wait too terribly much longer, it will get harder to get traction for your content. And it's going to get harder to increase brand awareness on Instagram through Reels and on TikTok at all. So if I sound like I'm being a little stern, it's for your own good. Okay. I'll get to Erin Lou's other question in a second. I just want to make sure everybody else is in a good place. How do we then edit Reels videos on our phone or on Canva? I would recommend that you do it ideally on your camera. inside the app itself, whether it's TikTok or for the Instagram Reels. If you want to know step-by-step, click-by-click stuff, how to do it, you can check it out on YouTube, search up how to create an Instagram Reel, how to create a TikTok video. And just, you can set the filter on your search on YouTube as well. I wouldn't go further back than a year because some things may have moved. Okay. You want like the freshest, closest in time video to now. Sometimes a month to 6 months back can be enough. Okay. Don't go too far back. So yeah, but usually the more time you spend in app, either in the creator studio, creating your reels for Instagram, or in the app itself for TikTok, they reward you for it with a little extra baby boost for it, algorithmically speaking. Why they want you hanging out on their platform longer too. And they also want to reward you for using more of their tools and less of a third party vendor's tool. I love Canva. I know some of my students create some quick stuff for Instagram Reels, and TikTok on camera on Canva, but you will get the best boost algorithmically if you stay on the platform and use all of their goodies, just your raw camera footage. Erin Lou says, thank you for this live Q&A. You're welcome. I have most of your wonderful trainings. Thank you. Bridget says, well, thank you, Miss Erin Lou. Bridget says, I haven't done a Reels or a TikTok daily, but I'm getting there. Is it okay to use the same hashtags on both? I don't see why not. I know you have access to Flick. Flick.tech. You can look down in the show notes down below on this or any other video that I have. I'm not a shill for everything, y'all, and I wasn't planning on talking about Flick, but Flick is the unfair advantage when it comes to Instagram hashtag research. And I have found, whether it's for Joe's or for something else, if I'm using that information that I get from Flick, Flick is a lot deeper dive, but if I go and I compare and contrast that in a table with what I find organically on TikTok, it's kind of the hurry up offense to optimize for TikTok. TikTok, the caption that you're going to get with your with your videos on TikTok, it's shorter than a tweet. You'll be lucky to get like 2-3 hashtags in there plus a short little sentence. So, Instagram Reels, Instagram's killing the fatted calf to stay competitive to TikTok. So you can use 30 hashtags on your Reels. You're lucky if you could fit 2-3 in on a TikTok caption. Instagram Reels, yes, your hashtag should be put in the caption, and that's going to take up some of your character count, but your entire character count for an Instagram Reel is the same thing for Instagram TV, and it's the same thing for a feed post. It's 2,200 characters. So you're not likely to run out of room, especially if you don't love writing. You've got a little bit more of a comfort zone to play with for captions on Instagram. Bridget's okay. So let me go back to Erin Lou's other question about Pinterest, and then that's going to dovetail into my updates on Pinterest. Again, if you've got social pin shortcut, almost none of this is going to sound new to you if you went through the whole course. Erin says, can I post my Instagram Reel also as a Pinterest idea pin? You can. That's kind of like the fifth ring of content marketing, the fifth ring or the fifth level of it. It is content multiplication. I'm a huge fan of you creating a piece of content and then reusing it on other platforms. Because especially if you're a solopreneur or you have a very small team and there's only so much you can delegate to them, I'm telling you, your content marketing is going to give you so much more reach when you can reuse a piece of content. So yes, you just have to go to the Pinterest help database just to check the specs for what the video needs to be for an idea pin. And with little to no tweaking, I bet you can get it on there. The length will be fine for an idea pin. 30, 45 seconds-ish will be fine for an idea pin. Pinterest really wants you to do idea pins. So it's good that you do that. And at least you're using the same piece of content, whether you can do it as is or with little tweaks. Yes. And don't forget, on Pinterest, you can rank a pin on Pinterest in minutes to hours. I love Pinterest as a great place for your SEO. Google also ranks Pinterest pins in a Google SERP or SERP or search engine results page very, very quickly. Again, like I said earlier, a really well optimized website that you're putting fresh content to once a week at least, and that new content is optimized decently each time, over time, your entire website, especially as you're sending traffic there, like your email list to the new post, you do posts on social media and drive people to your website, to your latest blog. Google loves that. But it takes about, approximately 6 months or so to rank a really good website holistically on Google. It's not years. And the good news here is Google is about the toughest platform to rank on, period. Okay, but the bad news is it can take months when you're starting from scratch, or you let a website go fallow and now you have to update it and refresh it. I would basically pretend like you're starting all over again. The only good news is with Google there, the longer you have your domain name and you have a website attached to that domain name, the more kind of street cred that domain gets also on Google. So that can help. That can help. Okay. Always. So, let's get to the Pinterest quote unquote updates. CJM says, is it better to have a business or personal account on TikTok for posting? CJM, I'm going to make this easy. On any platform, please, please, please have a business account. For Instagram and TikTok, you'll find that you will have less selection in terms of sound effect and music. I know, but the reason why I prefer both on Instagram, like at all with the reels, and on TikTok, the reason why I like you being a business account most of all is the analytics. Excuse me, I need a sip. Is the analytics that you will get. See, because I know that fewer music, it's not like your choices go down to like 12 things. I mean, come on. But you need the analytics as an adult business owner because you need conversions. This isn't stuff to just throw on your to-do list and, you're busy enough. So you need to be able to get the analytics to see, is the right person watching you? You get better demographics, you get more deep dive information, both on TikTok and Instagram for your reels. I'm sorry. I would always do a business account. Same thing for Pinterest. On Facebook, yes, you should have a business page that's named after your business. You should also have a Facebook group that, unless your business has been around and it has a huge platform, like Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, yes, our Facebook group is the name of our business, but we've been around for like 2 decades as the owners of it. So, we have like huge following on Facebook, alone. But for the rest of you where you're new or relatively new in business marketing or both, you don't have a huge following, make the Facebook group the name of, or like a phrase. Like if I were a coach and I wanted to teach content marketing, my Facebook group would be how to, content marketing for conversions. Think about that, right? Someone who understands even a little bit about content marketing and business conversions, they're going to do a search on Facebook and Facebook's going to suggest under the groups content marketing for conversions. Get it? So, but let's go to the updates for Pinterest. Aaron Lou says, idea pins confuse me. I make and sell handmade princess dresses. How can I make an idea pin and feature my dresses? So confused. What's confusing? Treat it like it's a static image post, but they get a video showcasing the dress. That's one piece of content. Another piece of content is behind the scenes of you making the dress. Another piece of content is someone modeling the dress. Another piece of content is using the princess dress for Halloween. Another piece of content is for somebody to use the princess dress doing creative play. I could go on and on and on. When you understand your market, you understand your ideal customer, and you understand the content or the offerings that you're creating, Like, don't stay locked up and go, this is content marketing. It's so weird. Think about it. Think about all the different things that you can show from behind the scenes to finished product to different uses for it. And then suddenly one piece of content or one dress becomes like 5 idea pins, right? Right. Okay. So with Pinterest, gone are the days, everybody. Let me make this really clear. Hold on. Lenore Love says, I was grandfathered into Social Pin from Pinterest Academy. How much has changed? Effing everything, Lenore. My former strategy is outdated. Yes, it is. Hi, Tiffany. What's going on? So you need to take the whole course all over again. There were people who were pissed when the course got redone because they're like, oh my God, this is totally different. And I have to know SEO or search engine optimization. Yes, you do. Okay. There's so many things that used to be okay to do on Pinterest, and it is not okay anymore. Number one, for the love of all that's good and holy, stop reposting things, yours or someone else, over and over and over again. It is now triggering spam filters on Pinterest. Stop. It's mindless, busy work anyway, so you shouldn't be too upset about the fact that you don't have to keep doing that nonsense over and over and over again. Also, group boards, you can use the group board feature, but I wouldn't do it the way it was discussed in Pinterest Academy. Renee retired it for a reason. It's bad advice. It will get you in trouble. Your stuff won't get seen. It will be pushed down in search. No. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Go to the nurse, honey, period. I will wrap up my live in a little bit and I'll come and get you, okay? Question mark. Have them call me, period. For the love of all that's good and holy. All right. So, hashtag feisty face Stacey. Hashtag feisty Stacey. I love it. So, here's the thing. If you had Pinterest Academy by Renee Christine, you should have gotten access to Socialgram Shortcut. Unless you once subscribed for my email list, then you get nothing because you had that course for free. And I mean it. So that course also sold for $497. And I will be re-releasing it shortly because I've had a lot of people ask me who didn't otherwise have access to Pinterest Academy. If you did not receive an email about it, no, you don't get access to it without paying. There was a certain list of people who had bought Pinterest Academy who Renee retired it, and that could have just been it. But she asked me to create a new course, which we had co-launched, got some buyers that way. But we did make the announcement in advance that Renee and I were gifting it to the people who already had Pinterest Academy because it was being retired. Renee is a sweetheart, right? But we had a list of the people who should have been on there. If you got off my email list, if you were on it, let the word be spread. Then I said, well, you didn't pay for my course, so then fine, you don't get access to it. You're on my email list and you're on the list that Renee gave me. You should have access to it. I sent out an email in August of 2021. Also, there were emails that were sent out late February and March, confirming and reconfirming that you should have had that course. Otherwise, I'm going to re-release it for $497. Yeah, Heather, you're on the list for that. I know that. Erin Lou, yeah, it doesn't have to be an actual idea for a project. No, you could use it all sorts of different ways. Okay. So here's, okay. Okay, my son, all right, they're going to send him to the nurse in a little bit. So let's go to the Pinterest updates. Okay, I desperately need a social pin and I am saving up. Oh, Miss Heidi, girl. Yeah, so I'm going to be releasing that probably in about, it's going to be in March, so don't worry about it, Miss Heidi. Oh, no, that's not the right phone number, so no. No. Okay. So number one, no more posting and reposting. Number one, if you're on like loop boards or group boards, the only reason why you would use a group board at this point is if you're working on a project with somebody. And, so the group board feature's there, but for most of y'all, don't use it. Don't start pinning each other's stuff to a group board. That used to help you through like 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21 through today. Bad. No, bad. You will be spam-y. I would not worry about deleting anything and going back if you ever did these practices, even back when they were legit. I only want you to worry about what you're doing going forward. So if you have any group board loop boards, do you have to delete them? I guess you could just leave them. But from now on, no group boards. Unless you're actually working on a project with someone and you need a group board to collaborate on, those are fine. You would want to turn those like invisible or whatever. Should I leave the group boards that I am on, Aaron Lou? I don't think it hurts you, but like going forward, don't participate in them. Even the Tailwind tribes, I'm starting to tell that those don't perform like they used to because they basically operate like a group board. Don't believe me? Go Google it. Group boards. Make sure you're looking at stuff from the last 2-3 years, not old stuff, because they'll advocate the use of it. Because back in the day, just like Renee used to talk about it in 2015, 16, 17, when Pinterest Academy was fresh, and then like 18 going into 19 when she offered it as bonuses. But 19 onward, SEO is a big thing. They don't want you repetitively reposting your own stuff or somebody else's stuff. It's like spam. Why are they punishing you for doing that on Pinterest? They're punishing you because they felt like everyone was just gaming the system, and it was kind of just making the whole thing a repetitive, polluted space. Not the whole thing, but a lot of it. And it's not a good user experience. So it's kind of like say it, don't spray it, okay? Can you repost a pin of yours ever? I would do it super rare. I would only do it on a board that either really that you create. There needs to be an SEO or keyword-based causal connection or nexus between the piece of content and the board that you're posting it on. That's no matter what, even if you're posting it for the first time. So if you don't understand SEO, life got a lot harder for you on Pinterest. Pinterest is the third largest search engine on planet Earth, only behind YouTube, which is the second largest, and Google, which is, of course, the first. If you weren't thinking about Pinterest as it being a search engine, it is. So the good news is a properly SEO-based created pin can rank in minutes to hours, and will be suggested out into people's home feeds based upon their content consumption patterns, and or it will be more likely pulled up in search by someone who is searching for it. Yeah, Heidi, you're right. Tribes always felt like a like for like game for me. I don't want to say anything bad about Tailwind. It's just that, I think it's kind of like this anachronistic or old-fashioned holdover from the heyday where post for post and like for like and comment for comment stuff worked better. Do I recommend anybody buying Tailwind? Kind of no. If you're using Later, you can, Later, as many of you know who use it, you can use that as like an auto poster to, or a content scheduler to Pinterest. You can, of course, schedule stuff and post stuff to Pinterest directly too. Later does have a forever free plan that I do believe includes X amount of posts to Pinterest per month. So great. If you're already on a paid plan for Later, do I think you need that in Tailwind? No, especially if you have Canva, whether you have the free or pro version of Canva. I do recommend pro if you can splurge for it. It really does make a huge difference. Yeah. So hold on. You need the Pinterest algorithm. You need to understand how it works. Wow, I'm running out of time, guys. I might have to take this up next week. The Pinterest algorithm, it has a smart feed or a home feed, and that's kind of like the suggested traffic. It's similar to a home feed or your homepage on YouTube or even on Facebook. It'll show you on Pinterest, it'll show you specific pins that are based upon your interest, your preferences, your pre-existing content consumption pattern, especially through search, and whatever you're otherwise engaging with personally or through groups or through Facebook pages. There are 4 key factors that are going to determine what you see on Pinterest. And then you need to think about this when you're creating things pin by pin: domain quality, pin quality, pinner quality, and relevance. And I swear to you, this is all covered in Social Pin Shortcut ad nauseum. I give you examples and all sorts of stuff. So if you have Social Pin and I'm about to explode your brain, just go there. It's going to be okay. Domain quality is where Pinterest looks at the quality of your website. When you set up a Pinterest-based account, you really do need to associate a website with it. There's a couple of steps that are that go behind doing that. If you don't have Social Pin Shortcut, Pinterest has an excellent help base. Honestly, there's a lot of times that I'm taking something that I know is important and people are going to ask about. I give you the steps. I took it right out of the Pinterest help base. Really. So go there if you're like, I don't understand how to set up a pin or schedule a pin or, connect my website. Like, these things you could go to the help base for. What I'm good for is the really, really deep dive about content marketing, planning, creation, optimization, publication, especially including frequency, and then multiplication ideas. So a lot of that is locked behind a paywall. But in terms of click-by-click stuff or how-to deep dive-ish stuff, sure, I cover it in the course for your convenience. But the Pinterest help section is going to tell you how to associate your domain properly with your business account. Therefore, every pin that you create, when you do this properly, the Pinterest algorithm goes, oh, this is a legit website where, this is a legit creator with a legit website with a legit business account. Yes, on Pinterest. If you have a business account, you'll do well. Why does this matter? Pinterest looks at the domain quality of your website. It considers the performance of the page URL that you link in each of your pins, right? The whole point of creating pins isn't just to create beautiful pictures and or videos for people to, and if Jacqueline's still on here, she's going to laugh. It's not like you are Pokemon and you're a Pokemon trainer and you got to get them all and you got to collect them all. If your stuff's just pretty looking, very few people are going to do more than just put it on an inspiration board of their own, and they'll collect it and they may just forget it, right? You're trying to sell products, services. You're a blogger, you're a speaker, you're selling books, you're selling services. You need people to click on that pin, get it to pop open so that they can read the pin description and then click on the link to go to your blog post or your product page or whatever, right? So, okay, my son's going to go soon to the nurse, so no matter what, I'm going to have to stop. So if pinners click through to the link that leads back to your blog post, your product, your sale, your email opt-in, right? I'm very big about email opt-ins, and Pinterest is a great way to do it. If pinners click on the links that lead back to your website, that also counts to strengthen your domain quality. Pinterest goes, oh, there's a lot of traffic going back and forth to the website that's associated with this account, which again, you guys are business owners, should be a business account. Okay. So the traffic back and forth kind of builds up street cred for your business account and all the pins that you create from there. So you need to convert your Pinterest account to a business account if you haven't done it already, and you need to properly claim your website. That's Pinterest ease for getting your website to be directly associated and approved by Pinterest. You don't know how to do that and you're not in Social Pin Shortcut, you're in luck. You go to the help database on Pinterest. They're really good. Facebook? Pinterest? Yay. Instagram too impresses me. TikTok's not bad. With their website, you can get it on a laptop, a desktop, and you can go to their help thing there. There's pin quality. I go over this ad nauseum. I give you my tips, tricks, and techniques to make your content have higher pin quality. What I will say here is Pinterest measures the different ways in which that pinners will react to your pin, engage with your pin. Do they click it open? Do they click on that website link or not? Like I said, these measurements are called engagements. They can comment on your pins. So do they save your pins? Okay. They also want to see, yes, and if your Pinterest pin consumers are saving it to their boards, yes, that will help. Pinner quality. So another way to please the Pinterest algorithm, and this has just become increasingly important since 2019, 2021 and on, is establishing credibility with Pinterest itself. So like Google's own algorithm, you establish credibility by creating quality content that the Pinterest audience loves. You have to create unique content. You can take the same picture and you can use it to create different types of pins. I talk about all the ways to do that safely without being spammy in my course. You don't want to use the same pin picture over and over again, but there's ways of creating fresh pins or new versions of a largely pre-existing pin so that you're not repinning all your stuff. Oh, more good news. If you just simply pin once a day, but it's your own content, your own unique content, whether it's a pin you created and you put up for the first time, or you've kind of remixed that pin and it's a fresh pin and then you post it. How do I say this? Pinterest would rather have that than you doing 20 pins, as long as you are consistent. So Pinterest likes, like Google does, frequency and consistency. Remember I said before, like if you're doing a blog post, do one a week, try to stick to that, because Google will notice that you're keeping your website fresher that way, and it will rank the individual pages and your website that much higher holistically for you having done that. Pinterest likes that too. Don't fire all of your guns at once. Like if you create a pin a day and you have 7 pins and you post them all in one day and then you don't post for the next day or two, that doesn't help you as much. Even if you follow all the Pinterest best practices, you're not doing anything that's bad news before from Pinterest. Pinterest would rather see a pin a day every single day out of you. And again, you don't have to stick with Tailwind. It's expensive. And a lot of their other features are now outdated. And again, those tribes are just like the group boards, bad now. So you might want to get rid of Tailwind. Tailwind created some options on it that kind of makes it like a mini Canva. If you got Canva, who cares? You don't need Tailwind anymore. That's my personal opinion. So you want to post daily for frequency. 1 pin is fine. You want to do like 5 pins or something like that because you just want to, great. But don't do 15, 20, 25, 50 pins like you used to. Bad. Too much activity on the platform for you like that. Pinner quality. So be an active, frequent pinner without going overboard because then you trigger spam filters. Of course, you can create content that has to do with stuff that's popular on Pinterest for that period of time. You can go to Pinterest trends on Google and search things that are very popular on Pinterest right now. And how does that relate to your business, your ideal customer, and or your offerings? And then you can use pictures and video snippets, maybe in new ways to create new pins to kind of ride that popular way. Ride that popular trend in a way that makes sense to draw people back to your business. When you're a business account on Pinterest, you can use the deeper dive Pinterest analytics. You can see which of your pins are trending. You'll have a head start to know what type of additional content to create that's more like that for the coming days. and it'll help you rank higher because Pinterest is like, ooh, she warmed up that pizza oven of her Pinterest account. She's keeping it warm and she's making it hotter. Me likey. Relevance is really important too. Pinterest wants to show pin images that align with the specific search trends of the individual Pinterest users. Remember, like I said, Pinterest is the third largest search engine on planet Earth. It is the #1 image-based search engine on planet Earth. Rank well on Pinterest, you're likely to rank highly on Google, because while Google and YouTube are owned by the same parent company, Alphabet, so, it might try to give favoritism to YouTube videos as much as possible. It next likes to pull things from Google, from Pinterest, because Pinterest is a search engine and that has more street cred than nearly anything else. It's amazing. So when you do searches for things and you're like, wow, there's pins on this that are coming up on the first page of my search results, I'm kind of surprised. Nope, that content creator was smart. They're leveraging Pinterest like a baby Google, because that's what it is. Pinterest wants to show pin images that align with those search trends, right? So applying keywords to every pin title, every pin description, even with the pin graphics itself, you want like arrows and words that talk about what's in the pin and what they'll get by clicking and opening up that pin. As any social pinner from Social Pin Shortcut knows, you go in for 2 clicks with every pin. 1, to get someone to click open and read the description. Otherwise, they're going to play Pokemon. They're just going to post it and forget about it. They're going to put it on a group board and collect it. Got to get them all. Nope. You want them to open up that pin and read the pin description and click and give you an outbound click to your website. Okay, so they can buy the item or read the blog post or whatever it is they have to do. Get on your email list. So you have to perform your keyword research first and be very keyword sensitive about titles and what is in the pin description, or kind of like the caption when somebody opens up the pin. That's all I can do for now. We can definitely go into this more later. How many people are like, I am surprised by some of the things I've said, especially about Pinterest? Let me know down below while I take a quick sippy sip. For those of you who want to take a look, I have pinned in the first comment down below while we're live, and I'll put it to the top of the description or show notes for this video, the March popularity plan. It's a digital pack that gives you 15 graphics that are good for use in March, 15 corresponding captions you don't like to write, you don't have a lot of time to write. Those are like basically done for you. Fill in some blanks, tweak the language if you want. Now you have half of your daily content marketing done for at least the top 2 social media platforms that are most important for your niche for March. And also for the same price, you get in that pack 4 emails that have been pre-written that calls to mind what's going on week by week in the month of March. And they're assigned to each week of March. I do all the thinking and work for you. Well, my designer and I. So take a look at that. Marcy says, Pinterest changes are so great to know as I want to use it better. Bridget says, March was my first popularity plan last year. Actually, May. I started with May. So April will be the last brand spanking new one that I do. And then what I'm going to do is I will relaunch these collections to people who don't have them yet. I know that a lot of popularity plan users are like, what are you going to do once I have all 12 batches? I still want my stuff to be fresh in the members area, because everything popularity plan, thank God, we were able to put in one area. I will have sections with additional like updated graphics to use if that's what you want to do. And you can swap them out and then use the templated stuff for updates. And I will also have other collections of graphics only to kind of help you cover your base for each new month. So if you're not in the Popularity Plan Facebook group, you want to be there. I also can send out emails to you guys if you're already students, or in this case, customers of the Popularity Plan, to remind you there are updated versions of last year's stuff for you. If you're on my email list and you're like, I didn't get May last year. Oh no. Well, don't worry. I'll reoffer it. But I'll have new freshened up versions for people who already have it. Lenore says, what's the name of the Popularity Plan group? On Facebook, it's Popularity Plan. Or was it my first frosted? I don't know, Bridget. It's been a while. Heidi says, I missed June last year. Could have kicked myself. Well, June will be there too. So, yeah. Yep. So you guys, if you're interested in the Popularity Plan and or you already have one or more Popularity Plan packs, go to Facebook, look up Popularity Plan, go to groups, boom, it's there. Good information on Pinterest, said Heidi. I kind of gave up on it a while ago because I felt I wasn't getting results. Well, you likely weren't getting results because you were triggering spam filters and or had pins being suppressed galore. And you don't necessarily know. The only time you know for sure you're in trouble on Pinterest is they'll let you know that your account's been suspended. And then you have to go through all sorts of crazy stuff to get it unlocked. So you don't know what you don't know, which is why you want to subscribe to this YouTube channel. You want to click the bell notifications and select all when you get your options, because I go live every single week on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll go for about an hour. I've definitely gone for an hour and a half now. And I got to get ready to pick up my son because it seems like he's going to come home sick. Awesome. I'm going soon. I need the notes for today. All right. So, yeah, Pinterest is important. It really is. Even for somebody like Mike Reinhard, if he's still here, because people are loving like zero waste, organic foods, and all sorts of stuff. And if Mike can ship his produce to certain parts of the United States, he could really leverage Pinterest very effectively and drive a lot of traffic to email opt-ins to his website, or both. Hugs, hope he feels better soon. Thank you. Jacqueline says, thank you, Stacey. After rewatch the video, is taking care of a customer. I know, girl, because you're just killing it. Mike said, I noticed more sales when I pinned more. I have not been pinning much lately and sales are down. See, I will tell you, on Instagram and on Pinterest, you get more people who have buyer intent. You can get sales on Facebook. Joe's does it all the time. You can get sales on TikTok. Even people coming to the window or placing orders with Joe's, like in the comments section, even if they order through something like, say, Grubhub or directly through our website, sometimes you'll be like, found you on TikTok. My kids talk to me about TikTok. So, like, content marketing isn't busy work, no matter what platform it's on. If you know what you're doing in terms of creation and optimization, multiplication, proper publication, you plan things out right. These are 5 levels or rings of content marketing. It is hard to fail. So, Mike, be of good cheer. I'm telling you, that bull is going to be like a cult favorite. I love that. How many people want to homestead themselves, or it's aspirational because they live in buildings, or they don't want to get dirty, but they're going to love up on you getting dirty, and then they're going to buy your produce? I'm telling you, Pinterest can work. And it's about a 50-50 spread with men and women nowadays. So, yeah, even if you're selling to men, they're increasingly using Pinterest. Millennial males especially are. So, yeah, Mike, but don't go crazy. Just one pin a day, every single day, because Pinterest rewards frequency. All platforms do. But the daily is important frequency for Pinterest. YouTube, you could get away with once a week. I would say twice a week to have content up to kind of be competitive. 3 or more times a week, God help you to grow. But Pinterest, like even just a pin a day, is plenty of frequency to start gaining street cred on Pinterest. Mike, make sure that you have the business account. You probably do, knowing you. And just make sure that you've claimed your website appropriately, because that's going to help you. And again, if you're not in Social Pin Shortcut, that's a click-by-click step-by-step thing that you can find on their help base. All right, you guys, I got to go. Don't forget about the March popularity plan that's going to help you. And I will see you guys next week. If you are interested in, you're interested in the free Facebook group and the 2 freebies that you can find there, go to Facebook, look up Content Marketing Conversions, and join. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.